whenever we run that, we're going to get this. Again, you can see it once you've seen what's going on. Here are each of these pieces. We click on a button that, for example, is not next to the empty button. Here's the empty button. If you click on the empty button, you can see it's a button actually. It doesn't have the beveled edge that all the others have, but it's just a button. And if we click on it, it's obviously not next to the button, the empty button. It's in the position of the button, so it's not going to move that position. If we click on this 3, it's not next to the button, so it's not going to move. If we click on one of the buttons that is next to that empty space, it goes through the process of doing that switch. It saves the position of the empty space, it gets the position of the face that we're clicking on, and it swaps those two positions. And that's how the game works. Very simple, and Rebol only takes a few lines of code. In fact, the next little example here is the same program written without all the comments. That's all the code it takes. The only difference here is that I use letters instead of numbers. This is all the exact same code. Again, we got a header, view center face this GUI layout. We set the origin to 0, the space to 0, line up the buttons or line up the GUI widgets across, create a style which we're calling P in this case instead of P. That P style is a button which is 60 by 60. When those buttons are clicked, any of those buttons that appear in the GUI is clicked, it runs this code. If the offset of the face minus the position of the empty button is not found in here, meaning it's not on any of the surrounding sides, it's not found, then we just exit this code. Otherwise, keep running. We create a temporary holding variable for the current position of the button that was clicked. We do a replacement of the position of the face with the empty button, and then we move the empty button where that face was. Here's the actual layout of these pieces, one with A all the way through letters O, and the empty button, which is another piece with a different color and an edge that's not beveled. Pop that into the Rebol interpreter, and that little tiny bit of code creates a functional graphical game. Very simple.